Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use a clone Yeti bomb alongside dragons here at Townhall 11 to 3-star any base. So here is the army composition that we are going to be using for this strategy, and honestly it's one of the easiest strategies you can possibly use at Townhall 11. It's incredibly effective. I 3-star with it all the time, and you don't actually need all the epic pieces of equipment we have on our heroes. You can pretty much bring whatever you want. The only piece of equipment that is absolutely necessary is going to be the giant arrow. But let's jump in and we'll break this one down. So the first thing we're going to be doing with this particular attack is coming in with our Archer Queen's ability. We're looking to take down 2 of the air defenses here with that ability, shooting it all the way through the base just like you saw right there. Typically what you want to try and do is line up your Archer Queen so she is selecting 2 of those air defenses and she can shoot her giant arrow all the way through the base, taking down both of them. You're then just going to let her create that funnel down on that bottom section of the base while your king comes in over on that left hand side. He's just going to be doing the exact same thing, creating the funnel over there. Like I said earlier, when it comes to equipment, you can switch him out. If you also don't want to bring the king, you can switch him out for the minion prince, absolutely no problem at all. The next stage for this attack is just spamming in those dragons and those balloons. If there is air sweepers in the base and you haven't taken them down with your giant arrow ability, definitely want to be careful when it does come time to deploying down those dragons. Next up, it's just going to be probably the easiest portion of this attack, dropping down that blimp. It's going to go ahead, obviously target the town hall, and you want to drop it down in a section of the base where there is probably the most compact amount of important defenses. So in this particular one, I would have potentially been a little bit more tempted to take down the double single target infernos here in the core of the base with my Super Yeti bomb. But in this particular case, we actually went for the town hall itself. We used those clone spells, and the good thing about using them down here at Town Hall 11 is you don't actually have enough capacity with those clone spells to clone the Super Yetis themselves. So it is the electromites that get cloned, and they're honestly the part of the Super Yeti that probably give the most amount of value. So that's why it works so well, because typically when you're doing these at higher town halls, the clone spells will clone the Super Yetis themselves, which yes, they do get a nice little bit of value, but honestly you typically can get more by cloning the electromites themselves. So as you can see right there, that was honestly super simple, and we really didn't need to think about it too much. But let's jump in and we'll take a look at that next example. So moving through into the next one, again approaching this the exact same way, lining up that Archer Queen's ability, taking down 2 of those air defenses. We do have the giant of course coming out of that ability, but you could switch that up to the healer puppets if you want, or anything that you think might potentially work. Again, coming in with that blimp, we're going to use those clone spells exactly where that blimp is going to drop, and as soon as the Super Yeti takes any sort of damage, those electromites are going to go absolutely flying here, there and everywhere, taking down hopefully plenty of those defenses. Ideally you're looking for fairly clumped up defenses. Like for us in this particular one, if they hit that eagle artillery in the center, we're not going to be getting quite as much value as we're looking for, because there's nothing for it to really chain onto. But we're looking really good. We got a great start to this attack, completely clearing down multiple sections of this base with that Super Yeti cloned blimp. Coming in now with those dragons from that left hand side, again trying to avoid dropping them down onto any of those air sweepers. King's going to be coming down on the opposite side of our queen just to help continue creating that funnel. Grand Warden's ability, you don't actually need to worry about it too much in this particular attack, because 9 times out of 10 your Super Yetis are going to take down the majority of the important defenses, which are usually around about the town hall, so those inferno towers, even the eagle artillery, stuff like that. But when you do come under fire potentially towards the center or the back end of the base, that's when, like we have here, you can go ahead and pop that Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability, just giving you that bit of invincibility for a few seconds. But this one absolutely crushed. You have spells, so feel free to use them on the back end. Poison spell of course can go down to help deal with the enemy clan castle troops, though dragons are typically very fantastic at dealing with them themselves. Free spell for inferno towers, air defenses, enemy heroes, anything like that, and you're going to be sitting pretty comfortable. So we do have time for one more example, so let's jump in, sit back, and we can just enjoy it. So 3 out of 3, here we go. We know this is going to be a 3-star because this strategy is just far too powerful, and even sometimes when things don't quite go to plan, like we had right here, we missed an air defense with that initial push. It's not the end of the world. We're going to go ahead this time, drop down that blimp directly onto that Eagle artillery, dropping down that rage spell as well, so we get the maximum amount of value from those electromites. We're looking to pick off as many defenses as possible, which is exactly what we end up achieving right here, completely decimating that entire bottom section of the base, and we take down the town hall itself. Now, remember at Townhall 11, that Town Hall does not fight back. At Town Hall 12, 13, 14, all the way up to 17, that Town Hall is a little bit more lethal, but down here at Town Hall 11, you actually don't need to worry about taking it down at all. Of course, other than the fact you need to take it down to get that 2nd and 3rd star. But moving through in this attack, yeah, you're just looking to pick off value. I'm always tempted to try and take down the Inferno Towers with my blimp, but if there's not many other defenses, like in this particular base, around the Inferno Towers, it's probably not going to be worth it. Poison Spell going to go down, help us get through those enemy Clan Castle troops, and this one is completely wiped out. There goes the King's ability in the back end. That spiky ball at these lower town halls is completely and utterly broken. If you haven't already maxed out the spiky ball, this is definitely one of my go-to pieces of equipment at these lower town halls because it gets so much value and you can use it in pretty much any strategy. But if you guys did enjoy this video, as always, make sure you go ahead, leave a like, let me know down in the comments if you're going to give this strategy a go, subscribe to us here at the Barracks if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.